While RJon is away, Team RJon's gonna play. We're here to bring you our favorite actionable insights and content from RJon's newest book, Profit First for Lawyers. Profit First for Lawyers is going to accelerate your law firm's growth so that you can profit in every area of your life, not just financially. Team RJon is also going to be sharing what it's really like to work with RJon Robbins behind the scenes. So, put your BS aside for the next few minutes and put yourself, your family, your firm, and your profit first.
Welcome back to the Profit First for Lawyers podcast. I'm your host, Carly, and today we're talking about stop getting paid in compliments. In other words, AR. In other words, holding firm to our boundaries. And what's happening here is that RJon is teaching another one of his coaching sessions. And we're talking about how sometimes it can actually make our clients feel uncomfortable if we are giving them what we promised, but if we're not expecting them to give us what they promised in return, or in other words, if our AR is getting a little bit out of control. So I'm going to go ahead and give the floor to RJon. This is something that he's going to talk about pretty in depth in chapter 14 of the book, but I feel like this is a really good precursor to that.
We perceive when we give a dog food, give the dog a treat, we think we're showing the dog love. We think we're showing the dog generosity. We think we're showing the dog an abundance. But in dog language, what the dog interprets that as is weakness, because no alpha dog gives a non-alpha dog food except out of weakness. This is just dog language. When a lawyer doesn't charge for a service, when a lawyer does work and they are owed money, and they don't make sure that they protect themselves to get their money, we, in lawyer language, might think this is a sign of generosity and strength and abundance and all that kind of good stuff. And I'm not talking about pro bono, by the way. I'm not talking about pro bono, and I'm not talking about when you say to the client up front, I will do this for you for free because. I'm talking about when you had an agreement that you were going to provide a service to the client, you provided the service, and the client was supposed to pay you for the service, and then you just don't make sure you get paid for the service. You don't protect yourself. To the client, what the client hears is not what you might think you're saying as a lawyer. What the client hears is weakness. The client doesn't think, oh, I really appreciate this lawyer for not standing up for themselves and looking out for themselves by walking away from the money that's owed to them. What the client perceives is, wow, this lawyer doesn't value themselves, and this lawyer doesn't respect themselves, and this lawyer doesn't have enough courage and strength to protect themselves. And then what the client perceives is, and so maybe they won't really be able to protect me either. And so you actually begin to lose the respect and trust of your clients when you allow accounts receivables to sit out there and you don't collect. First of all, if you allow accounts receivables in the first place, because you should have 0 accounts receivables. How much accounts receivables should you have in a law firm? The answer is 0. If you know how to use your client property trust account the right way, you should have 0 accounts receivables. Now, as a practical matter, we all make mistakes, myself included, and you wind up with some accounts receivables here and there. But to the extent that you don't take steps to protect yourself in the first place to avoid the accounts receivables, and to the extent that you don't take steps to go after the accounts receivables to protect yourself, to protect your family, to protect your staff, and even to protect your other clients, that is perceived by the clients who owe you the money as being a sign of weakness, which is why they don't refer the best business to you, which is why they don't entrust you with their most important matters.
I really love this clip. And I'll tell you why, because I think that I am definitely the kind of person that RJon was talking to here. As far as working for compliments and not holding myself accountable and holding other people accountable to the things that I asked of them. I think it is a mind-changing, game-changing thought process to think that by trying to be so nice for so many years, right, that I actually wasn't being very kind to the people that I was interacting with or that I was trying to hold boundaries with. I love this mindset shift of you are actually doing the most kind thing, the most valuable thing to hold people accountable to the things that they said that they'll do for you. That's actually very kind. That's something that people crave, even if they tell you that they don't. All right, we're going to end the show today with a little special clip. This is one of our members, Todd Wesche, who had an advanced reader copy of Profit First for Lawyers, RJon's newest book that will be coming to a bookstore near you in July. And this is what Todd had to say when he was done reading.
My name's Todd Wesche. I'm the managing member of Vetus Legal LLC. We help veterans of the United States military and their dependents and survivors obtain benefits from the Department of Veterans Affairs that they have earned and that they deserve. The reason why I want to do these interviews is because the principles in Profit First are life-changing in many respects. And it's not going to be like a religious experience or anything like that. But it's amazing how some very simple tools, some very simple changes of the way you approach money, how you approach your finances, how you approach the way you keep records of things, and the way you allocate your resources can make a huge difference in the way that you see the money on the other end. By that, I mean just a small change of paying yourself first as a business owner, and even in your personal life, can basically put you in a mindset of ensuring that you're being rewarded for the work that you put into whatever you're trying to accomplish, whether it be a small business owner or just trying to take control of your own personal finances. The principles work the same either way. So ideas like ensuring that you take X percent off of the top of your W-2 income and making sure that you put that aside for yourself and whatever special things that you want means that you're going to live off of the remaining percentages. And those numbers will ensure or help to ensure that you are able to live the life you want to live because you're making sure you put the money aside first to allow that to happen.
Thanks so much for tuning into this episode. If you're enjoying what you're hearing, be sure to tune in next week as we talk about the difference between fixing a problem and solving a problem. I'm going to be joined in the studio by another member of Team RJon, and you're not going to want to miss this one. So please subscribe, tell your friends, tell your family, tell your colleagues, and go to ProfitFirstForLawyers.com to order your copy of the book, Profit First for Lawyers by RJon Robbins. Thanks so much, you guys. My name is Carly, and on behalf of Team RJon, thanks for watching. We'll see you next time.
Thank you for joining us on another episode of Profit First for Lawyers. If you're enjoying what you're hearing, tell a friend. And buy your copy of the book at ProfitFirstForLawyers.com. Your future self will thank you for it. And we will see you next time.